This was a twisted behavioral experiment, treating humans like dogs and training them as such. In broad daylight, a woman was kidnapped, drugged, and taken to a dark, terrifying experimental facility. When she woke up, her entire body was bound by iron chains, and no matter how much she struggled, she couldn't break free. A collar was locked around her neck, and she was thrown into a kennel. No matter how hard she tried, the collar wouldn't come off. It was extremely sturdy. She began shouting for help, hoping that there were others like her in the kennels, but there was no response. Despair started creeping in. The next day, someone brought her a plate of dog food. She screamed, demanding to know what was going on, but before she could finish, the person ordered her to shut up. When she asked where she could use the bathroom, they simply pointed behind her. That was her designated spot. By the time she turned around, the person had already disappeared. She picked up the dog food and sniffed it. The pungent smell was unbearable, but she had no choice. What she didn't know was that dog food would be her only source of nourishment from now on. By the third day, the experiment staff brought another bowl of dog food. Seeing that she hadn't eaten, they decided to punish her by taking away both today's and yesterday's food. Another day passed, and yet again, they brought her food. Having starved for 3 days, she could no longer resist. This time, they placed the dog food 10 meters away. She tried reaching for it with her hands but couldn't quite get there, and the collar around her neck tightened, making it hard to breathe. With no other option, she stretched out her long legs, reaching 2 meters, and finally grabbed the food. Starving, she devoured it without hesitation. But shortly after finishing, she felt dizzy and collapsed to the ground. The food had been drugged. The experiment staff kicked her to